Good evening and welcome to the workshop of Wood Spun Round. This is Doug. It is good to have you with me again this evening as I'm working on this this walnut bowl. This is a piece of walnut. This started off as a about a quarter of a log on the side. I did trim it, got it not round, more octagonal. Got it down to size where I could put it on the lathe. Got it on here between centers. Turned it. Thought I was on camera the entire time. Come to find out the camera shut off after just a few seconds. And so that was kind of worthless to you. You didn't get to see anything. But what I did was basically I started smoothing this side out. I had taken the bark off already, 90% of the bark. Got this semi-shaped, came up to the edge, got it relatively smooth and round. Did the shaping. There were some big hollows. This was a big hollow and there's a big bark inclusion there. But I got it down. This is now smooth. It's a continuous curve, leaving that bit of a bark inclusion. There's a bit of bark inclusion right here on the edge. I'm going to leave that. Those two inclusions will be beautiful when they get sanded and finished. The point I'm at right now, I've already developed my tenon. I've got it sized. It's ready to go. I've got my shape. This will be my foot here. I think what I will do is wait when I reverse it to remove my tenon. I'll put just a little bit of a bead right here just to delineate the foot just a little bit. But I want to take it off the lathe. There are some little small hairline cracks that I want to treat with CA and shavings. And I'll bring you back after I've done that and got it reversed, ready to turn the inside. Okay, as you can see, the blank has been turned around. The back side is in the chuck, tightened up. I will admit to you that I had to put it back between centers. My tenon just wasn't right. I found that there was a minor issue, but it was one that if I took care of it then, it would solve a lot of problems on the other end of this entire process. So I did that. So now it is square in the chuck. All right, it was hitting on the bottom end of the banjo here, bottom side. So anyway, I've got it. The back side has been re-smoothed. It got off center just a touch, and so I re-smoothed the back side. I re-smoothed the part of the edge, not the entire edge, but part of it, because a lot of this is going to go away. And depending on where you look, right here, there's what is it? Right here on top. That is just under, that is like 15/16, and I'm going to take it down to a half or maybe even a quarter, thereabouts. Over here it's a good bit wider. It's an inch and 5/8, inch and 5/8. There again, I'm going to go down to a quarter, so there's a lot to be taken off there. So first thing for me to do is to kind of flatten this top, get it nice and smooth. There's going to be a little air here. Had already checked things out. Everything's running smoothly. This is at 1,000 RPMs, and I think I'm actually going to speed it up even more. There's 1,400 RPMs. All right, as I'm turning this outer edge, I'm kind of looking down. I've got my head pulled over, looking at both, trying to look at both sides, the inside and the outside, to see how parallel I am. We've got a good start on it. Here's that crack section. I am going, before I go any, well, I'm going to back this down a little bit. I'm going to take a little more of that out before I address those cracks. All right. Saw me feeling there, and I could feel where I got thicker all of a sudden. In fact, there's still a little area. But what I want to do right now, I'm going to move my tool rest. I want to take the bowl off of the lathe, but I'm going to leave it in the chuck so we don't have to worry about that. And I want to address these cracks that are around here, just like I did on the back side, where I put some glue on there, grab some of my walnut shavings and rub those very vigorously, and some of that dust will go down into those cracks. It also helps it to dry. I'm amazed how well that does at causing that CA to dry, set up, so that we don't have to worry about it slinging everywhere, causing all kinds of problems. One right here as well. The ones I'm concerned about are over here. Looking at them very closely to see if maybe some of that CA is already in there. And I cannot tell. So they're right here. I'll use my thin CA glue. Go ahead and get my shavings in my hand. I'm not too worried about the glue right this moment because I've still got some turning to do, some cutting to do. And I'll be turning away the portion of this wood that has the glue in it. The back side, you can't even see it. I know where it is, but I cannot see it. You can see how it leaves these dark lines. I don't want those in my finished product. I won't have those in my finished product. Shoo, those fumes. You should be able to hear my exhaust fan. They're not pulling those fumes away quite fast enough. There's that other crack I was worried about. Trying to grab some of the finest shavings that are there on the floor. Oh, that filled perfectly. Glue was running down the crack before it ever started running down the wood. Piece of bark that came off. I'm doing the back side. Rub on these over here just a touch more. The more you rub, the finer those shavings get, the better the chance they have of going down into those cracks. The cracks don't become totally invisible, but they sure get better than what they were if you hadn't done anything with them. And it also stabilizes that section of the wood. It won't flop around so much. It won't move. Leave you with that opportunity to have a total failure. All right. In fact, some of that glue came through the crack where I applied it on the inside. Came through on the outside. So I'm gonna have some places to work on after a while. Even on up here. Okay, that's fine. I have not sanded the back side. All I did, I straightened it up a while ago and just left it. I've got to turn it around after a while anyway. Probably make just a skim pass across there. That crack didn't look like I ever touched it. I know I did, but I did not from the inside. Well, I did. The glue didn't go all the way through. That's good. That'll get a little more fill before I finish the outside. All right, unlock the spindle. It's free. Continue on. Again, I will take off incrementally. I'll take off a little more of this center hub. The reason I leave that is so the outside does not begin vibrating. I I am going to take one more, just kind of a skim pass across here. That'll remove that glue and a couple of these ridges. But once I do that, I won't come back to this. I'll continue forward. I'll take off some of this, work on the wall. Just continue working step by step as we go along. I goofed that one up. Right about there is where I want that height. There we go. Everything's tight. Good. Almost forgot that final cut out here. Oh, much nicer, much nicer. And I got all my glue lines. Beautiful. Okay. All right, time to check it out. Got a little bit of a lump right there, which I thought I did. Take that out real quick. Actually start getting thicker right about there. It just kind of continues on. I'll have to make a final pass here. In fact, let's see if we can straighten that up now. Let me get a fresh sharpen on here. All right, freshly sharpened. Right about there. That's better on the inside. I got a lump on the outside. Just discovered. It's right about there, except on the outside. A lot of times you can put sanding sealer on that raw wood, and that will keep the CA glue from staining and leaving a dark line. But I've got one right there and one right there that I want to address. That's the only two that I see a need to worry about. So I'll do those. I'll put it back on here, do some sanding, and I'll bring you back when it's time to put some finish on the inside before we revert. Okay, the bowl has been sanded inside and out to 320. The dust has been blown off. I'm going to take an opportunity to wash it off. Any dust that's still in there. Make sure my paper towel has all the dust out of it as well. Seen some things here lately that have suggested that blowing out is actually better than simply wiping it off, the dust that is. I'm going to do both. Reason why they were saying blowing out is better, the alcohol wash could actually press the or wash the dust further into the wood, which makes sense, and I've questioned that a time or two. Every once in a while you get a piece of wood where the dust really sticks for some reason. You can see there I'm getting quite a bit of dust off, even though I've blown it a couple of times actually, not just the time you saw, but I've blown it before that even. And you see it dries extremely quickly. The alcohol evaporates very, very low evaporation point, so it doesn't take but just a moment and that alcohol is evaporated off of the wood. There are a couple of people out there who do this partially to clean the wood, but also they make a show out of it when they're doing demonstrations by lighting it on fire. They'll actually use a spray bottle to apply the alcohol, take a towel and wipe it off. But while it's still dark, we'll take a lighter and light it on fire as the bowl is spinning. I don't know that that's the smartest thing in the world. Knowing they've done it for a long time, never had an issue. Now, I do the alcohol knowing it's going to raise the grain just slightly. It's significantly rougher than it was after the 320. The 320 grit gets it down really smooth. Giving this just a minute to dry off. Give it just a little more speed. All right, so let's put a little sanding sealer on here. This should start getting that grain to give us a preview of what we're going to be looking at as we get closer to the finished product. Wow. Wow. Somebody made the comment the other day, and I have to agree with them. They said, walnut is the king of North American hardwoods. I tend to agree. I don't know that I've ever seen a piece of walnut, once it was finished, that didn't look fabulous. One of the people that I get some of my wood from posted this morning a piece of walnut that had been rough turned. She is trying to help the fella sell some of his rough turn bowls. I've got a couple on the way. If she still has more down the road, I may get some more from her, because I've always looked up, not always, but for a long time, I've looked up to this gentleman who is getting up in age. He's not going to be able to turn much longer, and so he is starting to sell off some of his rough turns. I've got 2 of them coming, and I'm excited about getting those in. They'll, at least one of them will be a video. I don't know if both of them will be or not. I'm going to turn one, the second turn one of them as a gift to this lady's sister. So I don't know if she wants it on YouTube or not. If she doesn't mind, I'll probably do both of them. All right, we're going to give that just a few moments to dry. There. That's dry. That is dry already. I will get another piece of paper towel. Again, another 1/4 sheet. This will be sufficient for all of this process of doing the abrasive paste. It doesn't take a lot of the abrasive paste. You do want enough so that you cover it well. Even in their instructions, it talks about warm temperatures. This paste will thin, even get runny. Cooler temperatures, it gets a bit thicker. Today it's a cool day. My shop is in the basement of my house, but still, this is a lot thicker than what it has been past times that I have used it. But it still spreads pretty doggone well. I'm really tickled the way it spreads. I've had this jar for quite a while, and I have used some other abrasive paste. I was using some that I made, which I liked a lot. I've used this axe. All right. No need to wait on this. I'll start the lathe up at, I'll bump it down to 500, which is what they suggest, and begin working that in. The idea here is that the grit that is in this paste will begin to break down. You should be able to feel that grit breaking down, getting softer and smaller. May even be able to hear it. I can definitely hear the difference. Probably cannot hear it on the video. I know you can't feel it. I can feel it. All right, what I'm going to do is turn this paper towel kind of inside out here. We've got a section that is just worn completely out. It's one way you know it's actually working. Give it just a little more speed, up to 700. And what you're aiming for here is to go through this process, rubbing it in. When you feel it kind of ease up a little bit as far as how much it's pulling or how hard the grit is rubbing in, you change, you go to a clean piece of your paper towel. Speed the lathe up just a little, a couple of hundred RPMs will do it. Just a difference. I'm going to turn that over again. Even though I'm not speeding it up at this point, there was just so much that was coming off. Now what's it look like? Feels better. Looks absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know, hope you've got a good view. I'm going to turn another light on. I don't know if that helped or hurt. Wow. Beautiful stuff in that grain. Those inclusions that we talked about, not sure what those are. Those may very well maybe a limb. That's definitely a limb inclusion right there. Wow. And the chatoyance. That's just gorgeous. Hope you're seeing that. Seeing what I'm seeing. I'm seeing it right through here. And then it'll come around, it's right here again. Hope you're seeing that. There will be beauty shots of this here in a little bit. All right, we're going to go on to the paste, the wax. They call this polishing and restoring wax. There is carnauba wax in here. This comes from a laboratory. It is very pure, very expensive. And the trick with this wax particularly, less is more. Much better to build up thin layers and to do it multiple times than it is to try to cake it on and then buff it out. It may look like I've not put nearly enough on there, but I have. At least in my opinion, I have. Go ahead and shut that, because the way I do things, I'll knock that off and it will go wax down into the shavings. Some people like to wait on the wax. After having some discussions with Martin Saban Smith, Hampshire Sheen, most of these waxes, they actually do a better job if you go ahead and start to buff them almost immediately. Now, I gave it a minute or two there, just to kind of off gas, and I'm getting some of the dark brown from the other, and my paper towel is coming off absolutely clean. So I think this polishing and restoring wax has actually cleaned the surface even further. It's starting to feel so good. Starting to really feel soft and silky underneath the paper towel. I'm seeing more shine. Hope you're seeing it as well. In fact, let's give it some more. Give it a little more speed. Or as Keith over at Circular Wood by Keith says, we'll give it a little more volume. Okay, I have actually put a third coat of wax on there, front and back, and I tell you what, I don't know what you're thinking right now, but I'm thinking that is a stunning piece of walnut. I've seen prettier pieces of walnut before, but I've not seen too many that are, well, I've never seen an ugly piece of walnut. This is just gorgeous in my opinion. Every piece of walnut is gorgeous. My wife came in a while ago and said, you're not selling that one, are you? I said, no, I'm not selling it. This is a giveaway. I haven't said it yet, but this is the 500 subscriber giveaway piece. When we get to the end of the video, I will stop and take a few moments and give you the rules for that. But this will be the 500 subscriber giveaway. I am so grateful, so thankful to all of my subscribers. I still have a hard time understanding how in the world my channel got to 500 subscribers, but I do appreciate every last one of you. I've put 3 coats of wax on here already. This is number 4. Normally I would stop at 2 or maybe 3. I wanted to do this extra coat at least on the inside of this bowl because this is going to be my giveaway bowl for my 500 subscriber, and I want it to be nice. It is nice already. I just want to take it that one extra step. My wife asked me last night, she said, "You're not selling that one, are you?" I said, "No, I'm not selling it. I'm giving it away." She screamed, "Giving it away?" "Yes, I'm giving it away." She said, "Why don't you make something else?" I said, "Well, because I don't want to. I want something nice to go to the winner of this drawing." Oh yeah, this coat looks even better. Every coat has gotten better and better. Looked good after the first coat of wax. All right. Oh man. I don't know. Maybe I'll save it. Maybe I'll hang on to it. Not really. I hope y'all are seeing the colors and the movement in that grain as well as I am. I think it is just absolutely beautiful. Yes, walnut is the king of North American hardwood. Now, I need to take this off. Still have a tenon on the back side that we're going to need to remove. Got a little work to do right at the base of the outside as well as on the foot. The very bottom of this bowl. There we go. I'll probably go ahead and wax that a time or two again as well. All right, let's put in my big soft. I'm not sure what this wood is. It's a piece that I had laying around. I turned it just for this kind of thing to be a friction drive for bowls, so I could turn the tenons off. It does very well. Got a nice wide face on it. If I need to trim it, I can. I don't have any problems with doing that. This, I believe, is going to work out. Yeah, it's going to work out just really, really well. I've got a piece of router mat, shelf liner, drawer liner, whatever you want to call that. I'm going to pad that with 2 of my 1/4 sheets of paper towel, partly because that wax is not hard. It is fresh put on, freshly applied, and so I want to do that. That will keep it from keep that router mat. I'm going to put the paper towel against the bowl, and that'll keep that router mat from putting impressions into the wax. I have that issue every once in a while and don't want it. So that's what we're going to do to stop it. Make sure my tailstock is locked down. What was I going to do? Oh, I'm going to take you can't see it probably, I'm going to take the cone center off of my revolving live center. And what I'll have is this little cup center with just a small point that will go into the point of my tenon. Help me locate the center of it so that we're not floundering quite so badly. I can move that up significantly. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do here. See how close we get the first time. The point that was in there is larger than the point that's on the live center now. Okay, I'm just putting just enough pressure to hold it. And unlocked. Let's move that. Lock it down. All right, now let's put it in position. And I'm going to use the method that my friend Phil Anderson uses to take that tenon off. Okay, there we go. I'm going to work it down first at a moderate speed. This is going to squeak and make some noises, at least for a little while. Speed it up to about, there's 500. There we go. I'm adjusting the tension on the live center. It's the wood on the inside, is it? There we go. That'll work. It was working. There we go. All right, I can actually speed that up just a little bit. I'll go up to 700. That'll let us work the tenon down. Get my face shield on. Working back toward the headstock. The idea here is to work that tenon down. You see I've got it down to just over ½ inch there. I've got it slightly concave in the center of this foot. It's not real smooth. I'll have to make a pass to clean it up. But I want to work this down small enough, much smaller, small as I dare to, and then I will eventually get my detail gouge and work it down a little smaller even. And then we'll part it off. We'll slow the lathe down. Excuse me. We'll slow the lathe down, and I'll show you how we finalize this this tenon. A couple of things to do before we take it all the way down and take it off. That's not bad. I want to do a couple of things. One, I'm going to sand it. This is the best time for me. I can sand it by hand. Just making sure I got all my grits right here. I do. Normally I don't show a lot of sanding. I didn't show any of the sanding on the inside or the outside. I do have a video. It's nothing but sanding. I had been asked to share my sanding process. When I'm by myself, I do wear a dust mask. It's an RZ mask that I really like. It does a great job of filtering out all the dust. I will also have my shop vac on, sitting right here in front. It sucks up a lot of the dust. There's not much that escapes. What little bit of airborne dust that does escape, you can hear in the background my air cleaner is sitting about 6-7 feet out in front of me and up high. As I'm looking at it, I'm realizing that it's got two filters on it. One, the outside filter, the very first filter, is quite dirty. I need to take it out and knock it off. I'm sure most of the dust will fall out of it. Just very light dust. All right, that was 100. You'll notice I keep moving about, not letting it sit still anywhere. I don't want to create grooves, don't want to create lines. I should have, when I get done and when I take that tenon the rest of the way off, I should have just a tiny little area that I can sand up with my drill and my sanding pads that are on the drill. And it won't take 2 minutes to clean that up. Alright, that was 240 and it does feel good. I'm going to go ahead and do 340, but then before I continue on, I'm going to stop the lathe and check around this foot. I think there's some sanding work I need to do around this foot. Just a small area, the bottom 1/4 to 1/2 inch that I was not able to get to when it was on the chuck. So let's do that. That was 320 I just finished with on the bottom. The bottom is pretty good. Yeah. I'm gonna move the tool rest so that I can get to that quite easily. Still at 700, I'm not gonna speed it up, but I am gonna come right around here. I'm gonna mess up some of my finish. And that's okay. I'll have to wax all this as well too, but I can get a big chunk of it done before I even take it loose and do that. Of course, it's gumming up my sandpaper, but I'm getting that part that I was looking to get. Make sure I'm getting, there were some little marks that I was seeing that I was wanting to get out, and yes, I'm getting them out. Yep. And 320. Just give that a quick wipe and a blow. Before I do anything else, my little mini skew up here. There we go. Put my 3 lines in. Really take my time when I come around there, because I don't want to hit my finished product with that tool rest. Really should turn it off. In fact, let me say it this way. Always turn your lathe off when you move your tool rest. There we go. It's sanded back to 320 again. Another blow. wee bit of sanding sealer. When I finish taking that nub off, I'll have to repeat this process all by hand. That's one reason I want to do as much as I can before I take that nub off. Tiny little bit of abrasive paste. Wow, already I'm seeing a nice shine coming up. That's amazing how that works. Again, I will have to rub this out until all that abrasive paste is gone. Normally we do some high-speed stuff to get rid of the paste. We're just going to stick 700. It's going to be as fast as we're going to go. But I will turn my paper towel frequently. Using my fingernail to get down in those little grooves. Probably a few of you have been watching for this video to come out. I am sorry it's not any earlier than it is. I planned on having this out mid-afternoon today and was called away this morning to help out with a little project. I had sort of volunteered but lost track of the day. The fellow told me it was on Thursday. I said fine. I was up this morning watching some videos, taking some time eating my breakfast and whatnot. Was just about, I was 10 minutes away from putting everything down, coming into the shop, getting this job done, when he called and said, I'm going to need your help. Okay. I said, that's tomorrow, isn't it? He said, before he even answered. I said, no, that's today. You said Thursday, and I've been thinking this was Wednesday. So, yeah, it was today. All right, that paste, I am coming up clean from the abrasive paste. There's no more left on my paper towel. Let's go with just a touch of wax. Not putting it on quite the same way. I put it on while the lathe was off earlier, and this time I'm doing it while the lathe is running. Just going to get some more attention after this tenon is totally removed, because I've still got to add my maker's mark inside those 3 rings that I applied there a moment ago. So the axe paste is applied. You rub it in at a low speed. I like to go down about 2 or 250 at first. I'll slowly speed the lathe up as I feel the grit breaking down. I'll speed the lathe up and move to a clean piece of paper towel. If I run out of places on the paper towel I'm using, I'll toss it and get a new one. I'll go through several. I've got a pretty good pile sitting here underneath the lathe on my wood stash that I've got down there. Once you're satisfied that your paper towel is coming away clean, that you're not getting any more residue from the abrasive paste, you can begin applying the wax. That is one case. This wax, most all waxes are, the case is less is more. It's better to add multiple layers of very, very thin coats of wax than it is to do one heavy coat. The one heavy coat may look good, but it won't be as good as if you had done a whole bunch of light coats. I've got to say, the exterior of this bowl, while it is nice, it does not feel nearly as nice as what the bottom of this bowl feels like. So let me just stop there. You've seen what I'm doing. I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to take this up to 320. Again, I'm going to go through my grits, 100 up through 320, just to smooth this out. This is not as soft and silky as I'd like it to be. But I'm going to get it super soft, super silky, like I'm feeling this bottom is. And it's not perfect, not by any means. I need to do a little more sanding there. All right, to the winner of this bowl, you're welcome. It is loads nicer than what it was. I'm not sure what happened, why it wasn't up to what I would like it to have been. But it wasn't. So that can be a lesson to all of us. It doesn't matter where we are in the process. We can always back up. We find a problem, we can start, we can back up, fix the problem. Was watching a live demonstration last night, and the fellow was trying to show how he does a bird's mouth bowl, just a real small closed form bowl with a wide open bird's mouth with a natural edge. And he was doing the hollowing process and doing a great job. And he got a little too aggressive and he cut the bird's mouth off of the bowl, off the little hollow form. And so instead of chucking the whole thing, he could have chucked it all in the trash can. But instead what he did, he carried on and he showed us how he turns a small hollow form. And it came out to be a very nice little vase. What I'm using here is a 3/8 a 3/8 spindle detail gouge. It's a detail gouge because of the way the flute is ground, detail because of the fine point that it's been ground to. I've turned it down to 450 at this point, and I'm just very slowly taking more and more of this tenon off. A la Phil Anderson. That's where I learned this. He and the Papa, 1947, Gary. And I'm sorry, Gary, I don't remember your last name right now. Both of those guys were the first who I saw doing this. First time I saw it, I thought, that guy's crazy. Tried it a few times and I was able to get close. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to slow the lathe down some more. I'm going to go down to 250. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bevel against the bottom of the bowl. I'm going to put all my pressure in toward the headstock. The point of the tool will be into the nub. Doing that with my right hand. My left hand will be on the stop button, and as soon as I see that nub stop to turn or it breaks, I'll hit the stop button. Almost there. Almost there. Every once in a while they really hold on. There it goes. Now, because I was pushing toward the headstock, my bowl has not moved. My nub has not been pushed out. I can take my tool away. I'm going to hold the bowl. I'll loosen my tool rest, and let's see, will it? Yes, the nub stays on the live center. Falls off as I get back away from the... So I move my tool, my live center, my tail rest, tail stock, move my tool rest, and you can see right there, that is all I've got to clean up. I've still got to put my mark in here, and I'll clean that all up together. Inside is unharmed. Everything looks great. I tell you what, this bowl, let me readjust the camera so you can get a better view, and I'll be right back. All right, folks, there you have it. This is a walnut bowl. 11 and an eighth. 11 and an eighth by 2.5. 11 and an eighth by 2.5. Black walnut, harvested in Kentucky, Breckinridge County. Beautiful, beautiful graining. And there's some beautiful chatoyance in there. Got just a little bit of work to do on the very bottom. Nothing of great importance, nothing major. So this is the giveaway bowl for 500 subscribers. Now, you've probably been asking yourself, what do I have to do to get registered for this bowl? If you have, some of you don't care, I'm sure. Others of you can't wait to find out how to register. Let me tell you how to do that. First thing you have to do, you have to be subscribed to the channel. If you're not subscribed, don't bother, because I'm going to check. This is for my subscribers, and so if you want to be included, you need to go down below the video there and hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to know when more videos are coming out, go ahead and hit that bell notification. That way YouTube will tell you anytime a new video comes out, anytime I release something new. If you don't mind, if you enjoy it, if you can think of other folks who would enjoy seeing these videos, go ahead and share the link, maybe just to this video. That'll be fine. And they can subscribe, and they'll find all my other videos when they do that. So first off, you have to be subscribed to the channel. Secondly, in the comments of this video, I need to see the word subscriber. So somehow, somewhere in your comment, put I'm a subscriber. I'm glad I'm a subscriber. Subscribe or subscriber, any form of the word, I'll take that. If I can find it and figure out how to use it, I'm going to use the random comment picker, and I'm going to key it in on subscribe or subscriber. And so you put that in your comments. And this will be released this evening, a little bit later. And so whatever today is, the 5th, I think, 7th, 6th, 5th. It's the 4th or the 5th. Anyway, 2 weeks from, let's say 2 weeks from Friday, which would be the 5th. Yeah, 2 weeks from Friday, which Friday's the 5th, so 2 weeks from that, 14 days, so the 19th. The 19th, I will come back and do another video selecting the winner based on that you are a subscriber, and we'll have to go back through and make sure everybody in the list is a subscriber, and then also that you have included subscribed, subscriber in a comment on this particular video. So I look forward to that. I can't wait. And this is open to anybody. I think the last time I did a giveaway, it was U.S. states only. I'm going to do this for anybody who wants to subscribe. Doesn't matter where you live. You'll have to contact me, give me a good address, and then I'll need to know some other information, how to mark it. I know some countries I have to mark it one way, and some countries I have to mark it another way. So you'll have to tell me how to mark the outside of the package so it can get to you and you don't have to pay a lot of duties and taxes and all that stuff. Hate for you to win something and then have to pay a whole bunch of money to get it out of the post. So we'll be in contact in 2 weeks. I'll put it out there who the winner is, and after that you'll have a few days to get back in touch with me. Hey, let me say thank you again. Thanks to all of the 500 plus who have subscribed already, and I'm just looking forward to the next 500. When I get to 1,000, we'll do in fact, we may do a giveaway before we get to 1,000, but I know at 1,000 I'm going to do a big giveaway. I'll do a bowl much larger than this, probably something that I have to turn on my big blue bowl lathe. You haven't seen that yet. I haven't shown that. So I'm excited about doing something over there. I haven't done anything on that lathe in a long time, but it's bowls only. I'm excited. So subscribe, make a comment on this lathe, on this on this video. Be a subscriber. Make a comment on this video with the word subscribe, subscriber, subscribed, any of those, any form of the word subscribe, and you will be entered into the contest. You'll have a few days after the 19th to contact me before we pick someone else. So we'll call it a week. So on the 19th we'll pick a winner. On the 26th, if I haven't been contacted, we'll pick a new winner, a second winner. But this is just to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Never thought I'd have 500 subscribers. And the only reason I really want to push on to 1,000 is so I can do some lives. I work off my cell phone. That's what you're seeing all of this. I'm recording all of this on a cell phone. I'd love to be able to do lives, whether 30 minutes, hour and a half. This bowl probably took me 2.5. You're only seeing a bit of it. So, but that's kind of my goal, is to be able to do lives using my phone. I thank you for watching. I hope it's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope everybody's going to get signed up for this bowl. I can't wait to send it off to somebody. If I don't get somebody on the 26th or shortly thereafter, my wife has already claimed this one. I told her she can't have it, but if nobody claims it, she's going to be the lucky winner. Thanks for being with me tonight. This is Doug at Wood Spun Round. Until we're able to meet again, won't you spin them around?